Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Wednesday, hump day, happy hump day. It's the 15th of February. We've had a good day today. It's been a long slog. I've been spent most of my day, pretty much 8 hours at my desk trading today. I took a break to walk the dog, but apart from that, I've been over trading. I've traded way too much. I got green to start off with, so my mantra is get green, stay green, get to goal and get out. So I got green, stayed green. I got to goal. I didn't get out. I went for more. I got greedy. So I need to give myself a slap on the wrist for getting greedy. And I got up to $7,500 in profit today. And then I gave pretty much all of it back. I was about 1,300 up, but I'd racked up so many commissions. I was probably about 1,500 down in real terms. So not the best disciplined day for myself. I should have, once I got to kind of the $7,500 up, I should have just left it at that and waited for, because I was waiting for the close, waiting for there was a big earnings drop this evening. Quite a number of coffee table names dropping earnings, and I wanted to see if there was anything worth trading. There's been quite a lot of volatility in terms of earnings tradings of late, and the last couple of earnings I've traded, I've made significant amounts of money. So I thought some big names like Shopify, ROKU, Fastly, etc. There's quite a few coffee tables names that were having earnings. So what actually happened? Well, we traded a whole bunch of stocks today, and I'll show you some of them. So we traded a whole bunch of stocks today. We traded Seraph to start off with. So Seraph Prognostics. We traded this pre-market, and then we traded this again a little bit later as this moved up pre-market. We were able to get a little bit on this kind of move here. We traded it again later as this made its move up here, and we're able to get a little bit more. So this broke highs. We got stopped out and it got a bit choppy after that. So we made $2,600 on Sarah. So that was the first and one of the last things we traded before the end. We traded Airbnb. So Airbnb I traded last night with earnings. Airbnb. So we traded this to start off with. This was just right after the bell. So you can see that we've got this huge move up here, and we're able to capitalize by getting this some of this, and then as it started to pull back, we exited that position. We managed to get $445 with Airbnb. So that was a good trade. Then we traded Upstart. And Upstart was a really good trade for us. So we were able to get in here and then put a 20-cent trailing stop, and it was just really good. So we got this kind of pullback here, and then we were able to get in, and then we put a 20-cent trailing stop in. So our first entry on Upstart was 1972. And then 1988 we added, and then we put a 20-cent trailing stop, and we're able to just ride that up all the way over almost $21. So I think we got out at 2051. So that was really good move. 20-cent trailing stop, and then stopped us out on the way back down. So yeah, I think the high here was 2051, not 21. Then we traded, we were in quite successfully. We traded Silvergate Capital. So the ticker on Silvergate Capital is SI, and this. So there've been rumors or confirmation of Citadel taking an active stake in this. A couple of big activist investors have taken an active stake, heavily shorted. So just at the top of the hour, we saw this pullback, and then we got in here as it made new highs. It did pull back again, but then we were able to trade that, ride that up, and take some profits on this move up here. So that was Silvergate Capital. So we're making good headway. We went 6,000 up. We gave it a little bit back. Then we traded Palantir. So Palantir wasn't so good to us. It was still a nice base hit, solid base hit. Palantir, we traded this just after 11. So on this move, we got the move up, the pull back, and we were able to ride that up to the top. So that was Palantir. So we didn't get a huge amount, $350. It was moving, but it wasn't moving huge amounts. That's the thing with Palantir. Traded Silvergate Capital again. Then we traded Roblox. So Roblox was. We traded Roblox a couple of times, both long and short today. Probably not the easiest for me to trade. We actually lost both long and short with Roblox. We went green with it to start off with. It just got very choppy after lunch, and it had earnings this morning. I traded on the small account and was able to get to goal with it on the small account. But after lunch here, after lunch here, Roblox was just very difficult. It kept coming down to the VWAP, bouncing, testing this kind of $45 level. Then it was just very choppy. So I traded this a bunch of times, and I racked up the commissions and ended up going long, going short. And in the end, I lost about $2,500 with this, the way that it works. Every time I went short on it, it would rally, and every time I went long on it, it would sell off. So it kind of had my number today, did Roblox, and it was a bit frustrating for me. So yeah, not the best trade for me, but I probably racked up more commissions on Roblox than I did on any other symbol. After that, we traded Shopify. We tried trading Shopify to the long side, and we made 600 bucks. So that was here. We trade Shopify here, and we made $600 on Shopify, and we traded it to the short side. On this move down here. So, and then we traded it after hours as well, and I'll show you the after hours trades that we traded. Then I traded TNOM, which is Tenon Medical. I traded this on the small account, and it took me twice gold, so I managed to get about $450 on the small account. So I'll show you where I traded on the small account, and we had this move up into a halt, and then a gap up, and then a move up into another halt, and then a gap up, and then it just got a bit choppy. So I was able to trade it on the small account as on this move here, and then this move up, and then as it pulled back, I got stopped out. So I switched over onto this account, onto this main account, as it pulled up, and I went in big. It's only a $2 stock, so I went in big, looking for the break of the $0.50 and continued move up, continued momentum. We're getting these the higher candle here in terms of volume, and then it just pulled back. So I tried to trade my way out of this, and ended up getting myself into every time I looked like I was getting green, I ended up getting myself into a bigger and deeper hole. And ended up just about $5,000, nearly $6,000 down. So that almost wiped out all my gains. So that was a real pain in the hole. So that I was kicking myself, because at that stage I was $7,500 up, and I'd given back $6,000 on Tenon, and I'd given back $2,000 on Roblox. So yeah, I was a little bit frustrated. So I decided I'm going to stay green. I've got green. I'm going to stay green. I know that I'd racked up the commissions. I've racked up a stupid amount of commissions today. My commissions, well, I say commissions, not just commissions, but charges as well. Commissions and charges, if you look at FINRA, ECM fees, SE fee, all the fees and charges and commissions and things, over $3,000 in charges and commissions today, which is not too bad because we've had a $35,000 day. But up until trading, so the majority of those fees and commissions came before I traded ROKU. Now, ROKU, we managed to make $27,000 on ROKU, and this is how we did it. After hours, traded ROKU earnings. So we were watching Shopify, we were watching ROKU, we were watching Fastly, we were watching a few. I had my watch list there of earnings droppers. I had 8 charts open, basically looking at which one's going to make the move first, which way they're going to go, and how volatile the moves are. A couple of them made moves. Upstart made a move, but it didn't have much volume. The volatility was a big move, but the volatility in terms of continuation didn't look that way. But ROKU made this move, and you can see as this move made a huge move up, and we got in. I just pressed the max buying power and got in for as much as I could buy. So as ROKU moved up, we got the earnings drop. So we got the close, and then 2 minutes after the close, the earnings drop, the numbers came out, and it's 1 minute actually after ROKU took off. So I got in this move up. I never jump straight in. I always wait for a little bit of a pullback and then a continuation, so to break new heights. And this is what we got here. So we've got to move up to 67.45 before there was a pullback. So actually it was 67 on this candle. It went up to 67.44. Yeah, so 67.45. Then there was a pullback all the way back to a whole dollar, 66.45. And then it started to make its move back up. So as it broke new highs, that was my cue to get in. That was my cue to enter. And I got in just before $70. It was moving up really quick. I got filled at 69.88, and we were able to ride that all the way up. We took our first profit at 75.50, and then as it started to pull back, we took some more off, and then we took the rest off as it pulled back, and it started to consolidate and pull back down. Would have had more if I'd just gone in and closed out and got out quickly. I could have had more, but we managed to make $27,000 on that. So I'm not going to be greedy. Really good move. It didn't look like it was volatile enough to make any more moves. So then I switched across to Shopify. Shopify, it made an initial move up after hours, as you can see. And then it kind of retraced to the VWAP, spiked up again. So I switched over to Shopify thinking we might find a long position. And then it sold off hard, really hard. So as it pulled back up and then started to sell off again, that's when I decided to go short on it and sold it. And we sold, our first sale was 51.30. Where are we? 51.35. So it was right here. So we got it there, and then as it started to sell, we were able to ride that down. It did pull back up, and then we got out as it started to pull back or sell off, and we covered a little bit further down. So the lowest that I got out on my lowest coverage was 51.30, 51.30, 51.20. So 51.20 was here. So as this pulled up, then started to sell off, we got out there. So Shopify to the short side, ROKU to the long side. All in all, really good after-hours session. Fantastic after-hours session. So we made $35,000 in total. It was a frustrating day. I wasn't disciplined. I probably don't deserve the gains that I've made today. I wouldn't say it was luck. It was a conscious effort to trade the earnings reports today. But I've got to say, once I've got to goal, I need to start practicing what I preach. Get green, get to goal, and get out. I almost gave all of it back today. And yeah, we made it. We made some more, but we could have been in a worse situation. We could have ended up in a net red number today, because we were net red going into the close, and I think $35,000 is where we finished. So we are in a good place. How good a place? Remember, we had a drawdown last week, and today's trades would have covered last week's drawdown on its own. But let's have a look. So let's take a look. We had a $27,000 drawdown last week, so we've more than covered that with today's alone. So we can look at everything that we've done in the meantime, and that's profit on the month. Let's look at the detailed reports here. So 231. We're nine. By the end of February, I want to be at 240. So we're $9,000 away from the February goal right now. But we came in with a cushion. So let's look at what February is looking like now. So 56K in February, halfway through the month. So that looks like we're tracking to approximately 100K, slightly behind goal. $5,000 average because of today's big win. $5,000 average day. We're looking for 6,000, so we're slightly behind pro rata. Now this is interesting. My average losing trade is 2,600. My average winning trade is 2,300. So very similar in terms of size, but I'm actually obviously making more winning trades than I am losing trades, as can be seen here. It's a kind of a 2-to-1 ratio. My K ratio was just over 0 yesterday before today. Just because I've had one big trade doesn't change that very much. And I've had some good trades. Most of my trades today were green, but I've had some good trades today. The tenor medical trade was atrocious. And it wasn't just one. I went in there multiple times and got myself into trouble. And I should have cut my loss once. Just greed. I should never have taken that trade in the first place. So really happy that we're no longer in drawdown, and we're making really good inroads in terms of the P&L, the equity P&L. So have to be happy with today. Of course, I have to be happy with today and how things went. To get a nice big winner today, it makes all the difference. It really does. It makes things worthwhile. February to date has been very difficult. It's been very choppy, and I've been finding it difficult, particularly in the low float, low cap stocks. We're just not having that follow through, or we're just getting moves on low volume, or for whatever reason, I've been finding it difficult to get the good moves on the low float stocks. So I've traded over the last couple of weeks, middle of earnings season. I've traded the mid and high cap stocks on earnings, and I've been profitable most times. Meta, I've traded AMD, Meta, I've traded Airbnb, I've traded Roblox now, and Roku today. And Shopify for that matter. So whilst they don't always move volatile, it can be an area to find a little bit of volatility in the market when there's a catalyst like earnings. It doesn't happen every day. It's once a quarter. So that could be the time, if you find trading earnings, that could be the time that you just sit down and trade the earnings. Why not? So tomorrow I will take a look at the earnings as I do every day. What's coming out in the morning? Who's dropping the numbers in the morning? Who's dropping the numbers after the bell closes? And if I can't find the low float stocks to move, I'll trade the mid and high cap stocks. I have the luxury of having a large equity account to do that with. Now, you can trade it with a smaller account. You're just going to get smaller gains. It's as simple as that. You're going to be taking smaller size. So instead of taking thousands of shares, you're taking 50 shares, 100 shares, 150 shares. And the gains that you're making are going to be less. But think of it this way: if you're able to take 100 shares of a stock like Roblox today, the ROKU today, that was the one that I traded. So a stock like ROKU today, if you're able to take 100 shares of that, and you're able to get that move, or get on that move, as it moves up from $64 all the way up to 77, 100 shares, you're going to get what, $1,400, because it's a good $1,300 or whatever it was. So if you get the whole move, it's $1,400. If you don't get the whole move, if you only manage to get half the move, which is probably what I got today, was about half the move, then you're getting $700 off a 100 share position. So it is, you can trade the higher cap stocks with smaller size, and as your account grows, obviously that your sizing becomes a little bigger, and the moves tend to be a little bit more reliable with the high cap stocks. You're less likely to get flushed out with the S&P 500 stocks than you are with the $3 bioscience stocks. You're not going to get Roku or Airbnb hitting the market with a secondary offering that flushes the stock, and you end up liquidating your account. You usually know ahead of time if when these big cap stocks are considering putting additional shares in the market, and more often than not, it's usually a stock split rather than additional shares into the market. So yeah, it can be worthwhile to trade these higher cap stocks. So look, I'll tack on the Roku trade. It's only a quick trade, really a couple of minutes. So I'll tack that on the back of this recap. You enjoy the replay, and make sure you hit the thumbs up button. I really appreciate it. Subscribe if you want to. I will be doing it all again tomorrow, an hour before the market opens. I'll be streaming all my trades live for the last hour of the pre-market session, the first 90 minutes of the regular session. And if you want to be joining us in the Discord as well, then become a member, and you get those live trading streams as well. So I will hopefully see you tomorrow, and stay profitable. Enjoy your evening. That's how you make money.